Pangios the Terra Yacht, Saudi Arabia's $8 billion floating city shaped like a turtle. Could you ever imagine living in a city that is basically a yacht? And better yet, shaped like a turtle? This will soon become a reality and will reportedly cost $8 billion. Pier Paolo Lazzarini, an Italian designer, is back with yet another amazing boat design and concept. One of the largest super yachts ever built was designed by Pier Paolo Lazzarini of the Lazzarini Design Studio. With his most recent yacht design, the designer has elevated things to a completely new level. Lazzarini intends to build the world's largest and most lavish floating metropolis. Following his swan-shaped super yacht, the designer is planning to build another animal-shaped boat, a sea turtle-shaped Terra yacht that the world has yet to see. The nomadic boat will serve to the various business and entertainment needs of the residents of the floating metropolis. Take a look at the Italian designer's $8 billion Terra yacht concept. Pangios, the $8 billion megavessel floating city, takes its name from the supercontinent that occupied the region for more than 200 million years in the late Paleozoic as well as early Mesozoic eras ago, called Pangaea. If the project is completed, it will be the largest maritime vessel ever constructed as a sizable floating metropolis. It will be built in Saudi Arabia. Construction on the project is reportedly scheduled to start at the King Abdullah Port in 2033, assuming funding and approval. The project's completion budget is $8 billion, and it could take up to 8 years to complete. 9 separate bows, which are divided into various blocks, are included in the enormous hull. The project will be designed and also handled by none other than the Italian designer Pier Paolo Lazzarini of the Lazzarini Design Studio, which is headquartered in Rome, Italy. The studio even used a 3D technology to create the concept and design of the floating home life in the city. It will almost be like an enormous floating metropolis that will have an adequate space for normal city places like parks, retail malls, public transport as well as hotels. The sea turtle-shaped Terra yacht will break the record for the biggest floating superstructure ever created when it is finished. The floating city would be around 550 meters or 1,800 feet in size, and it would be about 610 meters or 2,000 feet wide at its widest point. The largest known yacht in the world, Azam, only has a surface area of roughly 590 feet, and this vessel will reportedly be 3 times bigger. According to Lazzarini, the project is technically only a yacht, but the major goal is to transform it into a fully functional and absolutely self-sustaining city. It can go long distances by floating on the water but can also be tethered to the pier side. It has a top speed of 5 knots and can transport visitors. In addition to the unknown number of staff and personnel in the middle of the sea, the massive ship is expected to house a total of 60,000 passengers. If anyone wanted to test living in the city, there would be plenty of apartments and villas available. On each wing of the Pangios, there will be 69 residences and 19 opulent and priceless overwater villas. These apartments come in a variety of styles, with some offering breathtaking views of the ship's central port and others having views of the ocean. For those who want to go out and have a good time, there will also be hotels, malls, and clubs. 9 HTS electric engines with a combined output of 16,800 horsepower will power the mobile floating city Pangios. In addition to these power sources, there will be solar panels arranged in the vicinity that will supply the turtle-shaped Terra yacht with the energy it needs to operate. Pangios will be able to travel endlessly without producing any unwanted emissions thanks to the energy that the enormous yacht's wings will gather from the breaking of the waves. The ship's body extends into the enormous terraced villa from the port area's entrance all the way up to the central plaza. The upper shell zone, which provides a landing space for flying vehicles, will then be reached, as well as private homes, rooftop terraces, buildings, and other areas. Over 30,000 cells and cluster compartments can be housed in the city's bottom levels, creating an unsinkable floating basement. Steel will be the main component of these materials. Lotsarini Design Studio and Saudi Arabia are treating this seriously despite the fact that it is only a prototype. Both parties wanted it to come to pass and to create the floating metropolis of their dreams. They've started a crowdfunding campaign to raise the required funds for the project, and anyone may purchase a virtual ticket for just $16 as part of that campaign. Buyouts can also be used to finance the fundraising. The owner will have access to own a virtual flat in the Turtle yacht thanks to NFT. For those that are interested, they will also provide a Terra yacht experience this year through a launch in Metaverse. The launch date for this year's Metaverse has not yet been disclosed. No information was provided regarding how much money they have already raised or the number of people who have taken part in their NFT efforts.